Okay, a very good morning dear students. Welcome to my channel Maths with Mahanti sir. Children, in the last class we were discussing theorem 10.6 where I discussed what is the relationship between two equal chords of a circle and their distance from the centers. What is the relationship between two equal chords of a circle, of one circle, and their distances from the center? It was discussed in terms of theorem 10.6 where we proved geometrically that if two chords are equal, then their distance from the center will also be equal. That means equal chords are equidistant from the center. This was the statement whose geometrical proof I had discussed in detail in the last class, and I am sure you must have understood. Today let us discuss the converse of that particular theorem, that is theorem 10.6. So what is the converse? So there we proved that if two chords are equal, they are equidistant from the center. Now the point is, suppose two chords are equidistant. Suppose in a circle you are given two chords and they are equidistant from the center. Means the distance of the two chords from the center is equal, it is given. How will you prove that the two chords are equal? Children, I hope you understood. Let us try to understand it mathematically. See, here is the statement. Chords of a circle. What is the statement of theorem 10.7, which is the converse of theorem 10.6? Chords of a circle which are equidistant from the center. So what does it mean? Let us make it mathematical. Suppose this is a circle. Suppose you are given A, B and C, D are two chords. Okay? Chords of a circle which are equidistant. Now look at OL and OM. OL is the distance of this chord AB from center O, and OM is the distance of the chord CD from center O. So what you are given? Suppose you are given that OL and OM are equal. OL equal to OM, it is given. That means the two chords are equidistant. Two chords are equidistant from the center, it is given. How will you prove that AB equal to CD? That means the length of the two chords will be same. How to prove it geometrically? Let us see. So what is given here? You are given a circle, suppose C, with center O and radius R, center C and radius R. So you are given that OL, AB and CD are two chords. It is given. Okay. What else given? You are given OL equal to OM. You see, you are given this distance equal to this distance. It is given. See, OL equal to OM, it is given. That means distance of the two chords from the center is given same. That means the two chords are equidistant from the center. It is given to us. How will we prove that the length of the two chords will be same? Okay, let us prove it. So we are given a circle C with center O and radius say R. Then AB and CD are two chords such that you see OL equal to OM, such that distance of the two chords from the center, that is OL and OM, are equal. Where OL is perpendicular to AB and OM is perpendicular to CD. It is given. Okay? This is given. So what to prove? What we need to prove? We have to prove that the two chords are equal. Means AB equal to CD. We have to prove this. How to prove it? For that you do the construction. Join OA and OC. You see. Construction. Join OA and OC. Okay. Now let us come to the proof part. Let us come to the proof part. See. Now to prove it. See what to do. How to prove it? Let us see. How to prove that AB will be equal to CD. See children. Look at. OL is perpendicular to AB. It is given. So as OL is perpendicular to AB, then it will bisect. Because perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord bisects the chord. Okay. Now let us come to the proof part. So since you see, since OL is perpendicular to your AB, therefore AL equal to BL and both will be equal to half of AB. Half of AB. Similarly, you see, similarly OM perpendicular to your CD. So this implies your CM equal to DM, which is equal to half of CD. Okay. Now see, what will be our next step? What will be our next step to prove that AB equal to what? That AB equal to CD. We want to prove that AB equal to CD. How to prove it geometrically? Let us see. So, AL is half of AB, CM is also half of CD. Now look at, in these two triangles, if you consider triangle OAC, OA equal to OC, same radius, look at, OA equal to OC, same radius, OL equal to OM, it is given, equal. This angle equal to this angle 90 degree, it is also given. So, first you prove that this triangle and this triangle are congruent. Triangle OAL and triangle OCL, first you take the congruency. In triangle OAL and triangle OCM, first you prove them they are congruent. So, what will happen? If we can prove that these two triangles are congruent, then AL, you see, this AL and CM will be equal by CPCT. And if AL is equal to CM, then take double. Twice AL equal to twice CM. Then automatically AB will be equal to CD. Let us see how interesting it is. First let us prove the congruence of these two. So what are the matching parts? To find out this angle. Angle OAL equal to angle OLA equal to angle OMC, it is 90 degree given. Okay, given. Then OA equal to OC. Why? The region is same radii. Okay, so this equal to this. Okay, then OL equal to OM. It is given. So now which condition does it satisfy? See, this angle 90 degree each, it is given. OA and OC, they are equal because they represent the same radii, and OL equal to OM. So which condition? Just imagine, it satisfies these three matching parts. These three matching parts of the two triangles satisfy which congruence criteria? No doubt RHS. You see, right angle equal. This is the hypotenuse of this triangle and OC is the hypotenuse of this triangle. And the two hypotenuse are same because they represent the same radii. Okay, so OA and OC same means the two hypotenuse same. Right angle same, and OL and OM same, it is given equal side. So by RHS congruence, it satisfies the RHS congruence criteria. Therefore by RHS, right angle hypotenuse side condition. So what will be our conclusion? Our conclusion will be triangle OAL will be congruent to triangle OCM. Yes. Now we proved that this triangle and this triangle are congruent by RHS condition. So if this triangle and this triangle are congruent by RHS condition, no doubt their corresponding parts will be equal. That means look at AL and CM are corresponding parts. So they will be definitely equal by CPCT. Therefore, so what will be the next step? The next step will be AL equal to CM. What is the region? The region is CPCT. Why CPCT? Because these two triangles are already congruent. We proved by RHS condition. Okay. So automatically AL and CM will be equal. It will follow. After congruency, the CPCT automatically comes into account. Okay. So AL equal to CM. Now if AL equal to CM, take double. So 2AL will be equal to 2AL, or there is no need to write. Okay. AL equal to CM, but there is no need to take. See. We proved that AL equal to CM, but you see earlier we have shown, that AL is half of AB, so that you write down, but AL equal to half AB and CM equal to, look at, CM has been found. Where is CM? See here. CM has been found equal to half CD and CM equal to half CD. So you see, AL equal to CM, but AL is half of AB and CM is half of CD. So in place of AL we will write what? Half of AB. In place of CM, what will we write? Half of CD. Therefore, see, half of AB equal to half of CD. Now finished. Half and half cancel. Cancelling half both the sides. What will be obtained? AB equal to CD. See how interesting it is. See how interesting it is. Thus we could prove that AB equal to CD. And what we were given? We were given that OL equal to OM. And what were OL and OM? OL and OM were the distance of the two chords from the center. So what is the conclusion? What conclusion we can make now? Now we can make the conclusion, or we can conclude that if two chords are equidistant from the center, if any two chords of a circle are equidistant from the center, then the two chords will be definitely equal, or the two chords will be of same length. Children, I hope you understood. This is the converse of theorem 10.6, where we proved that if two equal chords are always equidistant from the center. And what did we prove in the converse? In the converse we proved that if two chords are equidistant from the center, then they will be equal. So in this way, children, all these theorems are very, very important, because unless and until you understand these theorems, you cannot apply it to problems. While proving geometrical truths, all these theorems will come in use. Okay, all these theorems, whatever we are discussing, will come in use while proving geometrical truths. Okay, I mean deductions, while proving geometrical deductions or truths. You will find the application of all these theorems. And I am sure, I am hopeful that whatever I discussed you must have understood. So we completed up to 10.7. Okay, so we completed up to theorem 10.7. There are so many theorems still left in this chapter. Okay, we shall discuss one by one every theorem, and after the completion of all the theorems, then only we can go to exercise. We can go to exercise where we will use these theorems in proving geometrical deductions or truths. Okay, so children, I hope whatever I discussed you must have understood. If at all it is true, I must say that you please hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Okay, so we shall discuss the other theorems in the next class. Thank you.